We'll start with statistics today, and this is the same topic that we had in ninth grade. So the topics are the same, names are the same, but there are a few more things involved here for sure. And in the last this thing, ninth grade, we studied about statistics and the steps involved in that we use in statistics. So what does statistics deal with? I mean, what's the use of this? Anyone knows? How do we? What's the purpose of this? Assuming you have passed ninth grade and come to the 10th, so it's not who knows. Everyone should know, but you can tell me. For the purpose of statistics. Yes, one.
So to represent some collected data properly.
Then what we'll do with that data? We'll sell it. Yes, continue. Continue, one.
Sir, I'm thinking.
Okay. You raised your hand. I thought no one thinks by raising hand. By the way. Okay. Hi Daksh, we just started. What does statistics deal with? Anyone seen this? iPhone. No. iPhone. Privacy. Yeah. Privacy. iPhone. Like that. Data privacy. Or using the consumer data basically. The user's data. What does statistics deal with? I hinted you a lot. So in statistics, we deal with the data, and how do we deal with the data? It's one thing, and what is the purpose of this data? We can make meaningful decisions based on the data. Okay, so suppose we have this Flipkart sale, Amazon sale. So they have these. Anyone buying anything? iPhone 14, 15? Any? Anyone planning? No. So Daksh, you're not buying new iPhone? No. So the point is, at that particular time, 12, maybe it's the midnight or noon, whatever the case might be. So Flipkart and Amazon would allocate their resources the most at near this time interval, right? So in terms of you have the customer support, or you have the internet bandwidth for the website, and there are a lot of other things. I mean, these are two gross examples. A lot many things go into this. It's not so simple. It's simple for the people to buy. I mean, if they have money, given money, so then it's easier for the consumers. But for the back end, the website, there's a lot of things going on. So the point is, based on the data that near this time, people maybe start visiting. The demand increases, the visitors increase at 11:45 a.m. and till maybe 12:30 they 12:30 noon they continue to be on the website, so they will allocate more resources there. And similarly, we have this escalators on metros and all, no? Malls or metros. So I stay in Delhi, so we have this metro. So near 8 7 to 9 a.m. Okay, so this is the time where when the most of the commutators would be there, right? People will be traveling using the metro. So you could use maybe two escalators, and in that also there is laters. Okay, In that also there is this thing. I had done my electrical engineering, so there is this thing called we could change the power of that motors that drives. It's called drives in electrical engineering terms. So you could change the power of the drive based on the power consumption. So if you have more people coming, the essence is if you have more people coming, you could allocate more power to that. So the point is, based on the data, we could make decisions that could be beneficial for us. That's the point of all of this. Is that okay? All right. So it helps in better decision making. That's the point. And now it's kind of a virtual gold kind of thing, because a lot of data theft and privacy, this thing is going, you might have heard also. So data is kind of a very important thing, these big brands, they specifically Google, Facebook, Meta, these things, what they do is, if you are searching, suppose you have searched for some particular maybe you are searching mobile phone, new mobile phone in 2023. So once you do that, they have your information, and they can now target you for showing you ads related to mobile, different brands of mobiles, or accessories related to mobile. So and whatever, maybe insurance services for mobile, if it breaks, 1 year warranty, 2 year, that kind of thing. So point is, if you have the data, it is kind of a dangerous thing to deal with. Okay, what are the steps? We will not be going into that much detail. The point was how and where data is being, where we use, or in our life, how data, this thing affects. So that was the point of this. So statistics, and probability are kind of cousin brothers. So I might not explain that entirely, but statistics and probability both are related to data only, and it helps in making better decisions, specific decisions. Different in the ninth grade, we studied about the different steps involved in statistics. First is we collect the raw data, so it's like surveying people, different age groups, or whatever might be, ethnicity, whatever, maybe for health, this thing, health department, or demographic means related to population, so that kind of, so collection of raw data. And then you put that into a better looking form, a little more aesthetic. So we could make, a simple table, or we could make histogram, frequency polygon, pie chart. You have seen that in ninth grade, right? So that was representation. So first is collection, second is representation, and third is the analysis part. So you could make some meaningful insights from that. So analyzing it and interpreting that, not presting, it is interpreting. So this is on a gross level, this is what statistics deal with. Now in the ninth we studied about these two things, and in the 10th we'll be focusing more on this thing. And we will be studying about something called central tendency. So any doubts till now? Anyone has any curiosity? What you're doing? Question, doubt? No. Central tendency. And in central tendency, we study about three things: mean, median, and mode. So anyone knows what is this mean, median, and mode without looking this? Let me scroll somewhere. We'll see and tell. Okay, what is mean, median, and mode?
Mean is basically average.
Mean is the average. That is correct. So average of anything. What else?
Median is middle value.
Okay. middle value. Suppose we have 1, 7, 9, 11, 13. So what does the middle value mean? So 9 is the middle value. So what's the purpose of this? I mean, how does it, what's the purpose? Okay. What does it mean really? It's the middle value, fine. So 50% values would be above this and 50% values would be below this. Okay, that's the point of median. Vanya, from where did you miss?
Just 1 second when you started to teach about mean.
When we started to?
We started talking about mean. That's when I got disconnected.
What is mode?
So the value that occurs frequently, repeatedly.
I'm sorry.
Value which occurs repeatedly.
Most frequent value. So if I write 7, 7 two times, 7 is the mode of this. And even the median, if you put it into ascending or descending order, probably 7 would be the answer. But yeah, it could be same, it could be different. That's not that doesn't matter. So mean is the average of whatever values we have. Median is the middle value, which means 50% values would be less than this central value and 50% would be higher than this. And mode is the most frequent occurring value. Okay. So we'll be doing these three things in this chapter. Let us start. Oh, that's when anyone knows the formula for calculating the mean or method in general, how do you calculate the mean?
Yes, sir. I know. Sigma FIXI by FI.
Sigma x bar is the it's used for denoting mean. Sigma fi xi, sigma fi. So very sci-fi kind of words, notations here. So what does this sigma and fi xi, all of this mean? Huh?
So sigma is basically the sum of the values, and Fi is frequency. Xi is the middle value of the class interval, I think.
Okay. Okay, fine. You went into that. So suppose I have sigma pi. What does this mean? This means that I have to take the sum of all the values starting from 1 to maybe 10. So P1 plus P2 plus P3 till P10. That's the meaning of summation. So instead of writing this series of values, letters, it's a shortcut to write things. So mathematics is also a language. It's a tool and it's also a language. So when we say equal to, something is equal to, x is equal to something. So instead of writing e q u a l, we just use this. So it's a shortcut kind of thing also. So summation is this. Now xi fi will go to that in a moment. So suppose I have 1, 3, 2, 3, 5. So average would be total of all the values divided by number of values. What's the total of all values? 10. And what's the number of values? 3. So x bar is 10 by 3, 3.33 something. Okay. Now, if suppose 3 is repeating 2 times, 3 times, and 2 is maybe repeating 3 times also, or maybe 4 times. So I would be, instead of calculating 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 like that, it would be better to do 2 times 4, right? And 3 times 3. Quite logical, right? Instead of adding it individually, and then 1 5. So this is what it means. Number of times what it is repeating is the frequency, how much it is recurring, how much it is repeating. This is the xi value, the value itself, which value it is repeating. There are two things. One is the value, the number, and number of times it is repeating is the frequency. Is that okay? So this is the first value x1, and this is the first values number of repetitions f1. So x1 into f1 plus x2 into f2. This was the second value which was repeating 3 times. So, and x3 is 5 times f3. So 1 x3 into f, oh this is 2, sorry, 3. Okay, we have to add all of these, sigma fi. We studied sigma fi xi. So add all of these, and even in the denominator we have to take sigma of fi. Sigma of fi means sum of all the frequencies. So what were the frequencies? 4, 3 and 1. So 4 plus 3 plus 1. So this is the meaning of sigma xi fi or fi xi divided by sigma fi. Is that okay? So they have expanded it even more. I is equal to 1 to n and I is equal to 1 to n. So either way it is correct. So here if you see, anyone has any doubts? So we are given this data, marks obtained and number of students. So 10 marks one student got, 20 marks one student got, 36 marks 3 students got. So this is xi, the value, and this is fi, the frequency, how many times it is repeating. Is that okay? So the formula is x bar is equal to sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. So what do you have to get now? Multiply xi and fi. That is fi xi. So this is x1 into f1. This is x2 into f2. So on and so forth till whatever the value it goes. This is the frequency distribution table. In simple words, how many times one value is repeating, put in a table. That is frequency distribution table. Okay. Now if I decide to put the value in a range, in a group, so 10 to 20 something, 20 to 30 something, 30 to 40 something. So the first one, this without any grouping, that is called ungrouped frequency distribution table, and this one would be called grouped frequency distribution table. Is that okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now there is an issue with this. When we have to get xi into fi, or fi into xi, we multiplied xi times fi, right? Now fi is not changed, but there's a problem with this. What to pick as the xi value? I should pick 10, multiply it with 10 or multiply with 25. What should I do? Without seeing the other two columns. What should I do? Multiply by 10 or 25?
Sir, you have to find the middle value, right?
We have to find average of this thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you learned this. Okay. So we will get a representative value of 10 and 25 somewhere in the middle. So we'll just right away find the mean of this lower limit and the upper limit. This 10 is the lower limit and this is the upper limit for obvious reasons. And we'll take the average, whatever we get, that would be our representative value for this class interval. So when we group, we get a class interval, lower limit to upper limit with a height. Height is the difference of this. So 25 minus 10, that is the height of this. And class mark is the average of these two things. Now this would be used to multiply with fi. So this is fi xi, f1 x1, f2 x2, and so on and so forth. Is that okay? So the method that we learned till now is called the direct method. There are three methods for finding mean. This is the first one, direct method. You have to remember the formula. Get whatever the values we need, sigma fi xi and sigma fi. Plug in the values, you will get it. Is that okay? Daksh, everything fine? Okay. Now there's another way which would ease our calculations a little bit, not entirely but little bit. That is assumed mean method. So what we do here is we'll take the column of xi, the class mark, and we'll pick any one of these value as the assumed mean. Assumed means we have to assume it. So you can take any values, that's allowed, but generally we take a central value to keep things symmetrical. So either you can pick 47.5 or 62.5. I am picking 47.5 as the assumed mean. Again, you can select any one you wish. It's democracy. So now we'll find deviation. Deviation is xi minus a. What is xi? Class mark. What is a? This value, 47.5. So this one would be, d1 would be x1 minus a. x1 minus a is 17.5 minus a is 47.5, which gives us how much? Any human calculators here? What's the value? Okay. Minus 30. Now 32.5 minus 47.5. Remember, a is written afterwards, not before. xi minus a. This would be minus 15, 0, 15, 30, 45. It's not that I am a human calculator. I just did this 2 hours ago. Okay. With some batch. I did this lot many times before. So this is the DI value. Now for assumed mean method, the formula is little different. A plus sigma fi di divided by sigma fi. Assumed mean is 47.5. What would be sigma fi di? So we have to multiply fi with di. It's kind of boring thing, a lot of details involved, but just be awake for some more time, because in case if you're not awake right now, then in exam you have to sleep because you might find it difficult to do. So you'll get all the time in the world. So fi times di, 2 into minus 30 is minus 60. This, oh, not 0 minus 45, this is 0, this is 90, this one is 180, 270, no, 45, 90, yeah, 270. The sum would be 270, 270, 540 minus 105. How much is that? That is going to be 35, 435. Just check if that is okay. And if I am moving too fast, I have done this thing, so I might move some fast in some steps because they're just calculations. 435 divided by sigma fi was 30. Let me summarize again. We find the class mark. The formula for assumed mean is this. We want fi di. Di would be xi minus a. So we assume a mean. A was selected here as 47.5. Subtract it. We'll get the list of di values. Fi di multiplied by fi. Add that. You get 435. And now you know what to do next. 47.5 plus 145 decimal. So 62. I hope that's the same answer that we got earlier. I mean, it's already given here. 62, right? Zubair, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Your DP was the inspiration for that panda discussion. Okay. Any doubts? Anyone? Now the third method also will discuss it right away, and then I will giving you one question to do using the three methods. Probably will get it. The third one, so if you noticed, what happened here is the calculations are little bit eased, right? Previously it was 17.5, 32.5, all this eccentric values. Like now 30, 40, 60 is a lot better than 33, 32.5, 375, these things, right? Any day it would be better. So it simplifies somewhat. And the next one would even further simplify it. If it is not mentioned in the question, if it's not specified, then you have the liberty to select any of the methods, but not otherwise. If you're given, if you ask some specific way, you have to do that, abide by that. So now third one is step deviation. It's just little bit more than what we already done. So assumed mean, first we have to find the mean, okay, and then we have to divide that by h. So xi minus a divided by h. What was h? Anyone remembers? This person, h. We had a poem in, I remember, Bhul Gaya Kyun Insan. Anyone remembers? भूल गया है क्यों इंसान, धरती पे है नभ की छाया. No one remembers. Okay. Anyone remembers? Naveen, yes.
So it's 15.
I couldn't hear you though.
15, sir.
Come again.
Sir, can you hear me now, sir?
Little better. Yeah. What is H value?
15.
I couldn't hear though, but it sounded like 15. So
Sir, it's 15, sir.
15. H is the height of the class interval. Class interval, class mark. Remember, else you'll lose marks. So we have to find ui is equal to xi minus a divided by h. So we got it minus 30 by h would be minus 2. Yes, we got minus 30 last time, right? Divided by h, 15. 17.5 minus 47.5 divided by 15. You calculate, you will get minus 2. So now it is going to be symmetrical. So I'm writing it swiftly here. This is going to be ui value. And the formula for step deviation is a plus sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi times h. So we had earlier, we didn't have times h. Here we have times h, same as the assumed mean method. Everything else is the same. And ui is there instead of di. Any doubts, anyone? We are near the end. Now we'll find f I u I. So 2 into minus 2 is probably known to everyone. 0, 6 into 1 is 6, 6 into 2 is 12, 6 into 3 is 18. 36, 36 minus 29. A is same, 47.5. Sigma FIUI is 29. Sigma FI is 30 times 15. Just check if everything makes sense. Amok, everything fine? Okay. This is 1, this is 2 times 14.5, and I think that is equal to 62 also. Validated. 3 methods: direct, assumed mean, step deviation. I hope you have noted the formula. We will do one question using all the 3 methods. Okay, it's your turn now. It would take time. Make modest table, scale something, use something. Try. Example 2. Everyone please try.
39.7.
Could you repeat?
39.71, sir.
39.71. Anyone else got the same answer? Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
all right. So, please try the other two methods. If you are stuck, you could send me on WhatsApp. If and we can discuss this in the next class also. But please do all the three methods nicely. Okay. And if you're done with that, you could try example 3 using the method they have asked in that question, and then we'll continue this. Okay. All right. So we'll continue from here in the next class. See you next time. Bye everyone.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Bye,
Bye.
sir.